New showdown and fears of a potential civil war brewing in Egypt today. At least 7 people, including an American college student, have already been killed in violent anti-government protests, all on the 1-year anniversary of President Mohamed Morsi's inauguration. And this situation could all boil over just hours from now. ABC's Alex Marquardt is in Egypt with the very latest. Hi, Alex.
Good morning, Paula. Cairo is bracing for what are expected to be massive and likely violent protests against President Mohamed Morsi. These protesters down here on Tahrir Square, which, as you know, is the birthplace of the revolution, are now loudly calling for a second revolution. Even before the main protest began, there have been 2 days of violent clashes between supporters and opponents of President Morsi. Many of those who fought side by side 2 years ago to oust the longtime dictator Hosni Mubarak are now fighting each other. Liberal opponents of Morsi say he's trying to impose his Muslim Brotherhood values on the country, that he's done nothing to rebuild it. The opposition has now been joined by their old enemies, supporters of Mubarak.
We are looking to have a better life, more democracy. We don't want any more the Muslims Brotherhood. We are not convinced with Mohamed Morsi, and we're going to stay on the street until he leaves.
An umbrella opposition group called Rebellion claims to have 22 million signatures, a quarter of all Egyptians, on a petition calling for early elections. They also accuse the United States of backing the Muslim Brotherhood, while the Brotherhood says the U.S. is siding with their opponents. Around 150 people have been wounded since this new wave of protests began on Friday, and 7 people killed. Among them was 21-year-old American student Andrew Proctor. He was caught in a violent protest on Friday where he was stabbed. Proctor's family said he was in Egypt this summer to learn Arabic and teach English to children, and eventually wanted to move to the Middle East. President Barack Obama says the U.S. isn't taking sides and has called for calm today. But in signs of the violence that could come, the U.S. Embassy has closed today. President Morsi has moved his family for safety. Many here are afraid that Egypt is on the cusp of civil war.